Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Vailoces.
You're watching
Silliman. For Silliman updates, congratulations to our 17 new registered electrical engineers and 10 new registered master electricians. The Silliman University College of Engineering and Design produced 17 electrical engineers and 10 master electricians who passed the April 2022 registered electrical engineer and registered master electrician licensure examination. Congratulations and keep up the good work.
On the other news, Silliman University conferred honors to 2,533 students for top academic performance in the virtual 64th Honors Day Convocation. That's last May 4 to 5, 2022. During the convocation, 185 students received university honors, the highest honors that Silliman University bestows on graduating seniors. Silliman University also conferred college honors to 623 students. Meanwhile, 1,725 students received class honors. Congratulations to the students and proud parents. Keep up the good work.
Meanwhile, the Silliman University also awarded 38 faculty and staff for rendering 20 years of loyal service and contributions to advance the vision and mission and goals of the university. During the Faculty and Staff Recognition Day 2022, last May 4 at the SU Hall. Congratulations to the awardees and thank you very much for your service. More power!
See you next week for another set of Silliman updates.
Good evening, everyone. This is a magazine program that talks about different aspects of Silliman University.
A program initiated to discuss matters concerning the campus by the sea. Welcome to
Silliman. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for making Silliman your Monday evening habit. The elections has recently concluded. I hope that you are happy and satisfied with the results. But please bear in mind that this is not the start nor the end of our responsibility as citizens of this country. Meanwhile, in the university, the election season is not yet over. So here with us today, Joshua, please introduce our guest for tonight.
Right, we're very pleased to have them tonight. Allow me to introduce first the chairperson of the Silliman University Student Government Commission elections. We have Hannah Bless Gallon. Hannah, good evening and welcome to the program.
Hello, good evening. It's great to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
We also have here with us the Board of Election Inspector Executive Head Milamar, Camille, Jaype.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here.
And of course, we have another commissioner of SUSG COMELEC. We have Shaun Canturias. Shaun, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me tonight.
All right. So, how are you guys? What are the things that keeps you busy? How are you coping with ODL? What's up? What's down? Okay, damang tanong, di ba?
Isa-isa lang.
Isa-isa lang. But let's begin first. We are about to conclude our semester this school year. How has it been for the past 2 years? We're doing online distance learning. Before we go to our COMELEC talks in SUSG.
Handy, you can start.
Okay. I think it's very fine with having the virtual learning. It's smooth. I think it's also helpful, especially to the students like outside Dumaguete City. I'm from Zamboanga, and so far, for me, in my experience of the 2 years in having the virtual learning, it's good. And the teachers are approachable, and I can easily talk to them, especially concerning the problems and matters regarding the loss of connections. That's the case.
Right. Maybe you can share some of your experiences, Shaun.
It hasn't actually been a really smooth ride, personally. But coming from Dipolog City in Zamboanga del Norte and being here in Dumaguete for the past 2 years for face-to-face, it's really a stark reality to compare ODL with face-to-face classes. So, and then again, this is my first time having ODL, and it's not actually that bad considering that the teachers are considerate and work can still get done, and then I can actually pass my submissions like ahead of time. So for me, it has been a shaky ride, but it's bearable naman.
Camille?
Yes, Camille.
Well, I wouldn't say it was easy, but I've been more productive, I guess. I have a work now, I have a job, and I can do more things compared to when we're having face-to-face classes. And I can do errands at home since I'm at home and not here in Dumaguete City. I'm from Bacolod, by the way. And
You have more time.
yeah.
Pati love life, no? You have more time also with love life. All right, so thank you very much for your generous sharing, and we appreciate it, no, as part of the faculty members of Silliman. So talking about migration to online space, to the digital space, now it's also election season at the university. How is the migration as well in our elections? And essentially, can you share to us what are your roles now in the 2022, is it 2022 or 2023?
2022.
2022 SUSG elections. Let's start with our chairperson.
Yes. The transition, the whole transition, the process, we were invited, diba, first semester,
More or less.
more or less. So the transition is quite like, okay, not really smooth and okay, but there has been a little problem, especially the commissioners cannot, some of the commissioners in the previous, okay, they cannot be contacted. But previous commissioner, chairman, Ate Mary Louise Ramirez, she was very, what can I say, helpful. Very helpful with us. And from time to time, she wants us to update her, what's happening. And for this year, hello everyone, I am this year's SUSG COMELEC 2022 COMELEC chairwoman. So the role of the COMELEC is basically to supervise the whole elections. And from then on, we divided the works, the major works, and especially in our publication, and also our the meeting de avance and the election forums under the lead of Commissioner Canturias, and also with our legal team, Commissioner Merecido, and also Commissioner Navarro, and also our paperworks by Commissioner Rain Cagasan. So from then on, we divided the task, and then hopefully I'm praying that the rest is
Are
history.
you also having Smartmatic in your election?
So how are you going to do that? But before you answer that, we would like to ask first Shaun and Camille, what do you do in this COMELEC SUSG elections?
So I think I can go first lang. Okay lang?
mag-invite.
My work as a COMELEC commissioner has been centered around organizing the election forum and the meeting de avance. But specifically, meeting de avance lang, since the election forum is handled by and mainly organized by SPAG Society through Governor Alin Gargancera, and co-organized by us, COMELEC, and the Weekly Sillimanian. While the entire endeavor of the meeting de avance is from COMELEC itself, we will be working with the Weekly Sillimanian in this endeavor, which just happened, like 5 to 7 today, May 16.
Yeah.
So that's the entire breadth of my work, and I assist in any other events that the chairperson would require of me.
Okay, how about Camille?
Well, for the Board of Election Inspectors, together with my two deputies, we are actually tasked in the counting of votes, which will be shown live during that time. Also, right now, we are tasked to study about the voting in the Seoul platform because it will be done there. It is a virtual Halalan because of the pandemic. So, yeah, it will be done in Seoul.
All right, so guys, can you walk us through the process of the voting this school year? So I log in to my Soul account, and then after that, what happens?
You log in, and then it will be automatically shown in your Soul account.
Okay.
Like there's a specific precinct here. Like, diba, commonly we see
Classrooms.
Classrooms,
Yeah.
and then here is the deadlines, right?
Yeah.
So it will be specifically shown here,
Okay.
the deadlines. So, yeah.
And then
This is
I
one.
go there, and then
You go there,
do I
you
have
log
to choose,
in.
or
Yes. You have to choose.
And how would I know that my vote has been casted? Or
you will be given specific receipt after. Like emailed in your issue mail. Yes.
Okay, so before we talk more about this year's election, please walk us through, especially the audience and especially the students who are watching with us right now. Please walk us through the two-party system in the university. What do you think are the advantages and disadvantages of having the two-party system here in
How
Silliman?
about you, Ron? During your college days, did you belong to a specific party before?
I belong to the weekly Sillimanian Josh. Because
okay.
we are mass communicators. So, yeah, it's important to be non-partisan. But, you know, some of our students also are very active in the student government body.
Yeah.
So, yeah, ako na hot seat. Sige, going back to our guest for tonight.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay, go. You know, having a two-party system, it's advantageous because you have a limited information coming from the two parties. In the Philippines, in the current country in the Philippines, we have so many party system, right? That's why it's not really like there would be a traffic information, especially having different opinions from the two. So I think yes, that's another advantage. The COMELEC would have the easy access of limiting the two parties.
So, what are the two parties, to be clear, for our,
The two parties would be the COS and the SURE party. SURE is blue, the
Okay.
one color blue, and then the COS is green.
Is green.
Yes.
So, I'd like to ask Shaun, why do you think that it's very important that our student body gets to participate in this kind of activity, though this is not really something that's, politically, like in the main society, just like what we had last May 9. But what do you think is the essence of participating in this kind of student activity?
Well, you put it that way, Kuya. Participating in the student body elections, it can serve as a platform for students to learn about their responsibility and duties as students. But when time goes along, it moves forward, it moves on, these students eventually, like us, become registered voters who have a say in national politics. So, in this essence, we start by nurturing our students, ourselves, with the thoughts of responsibility towards not only to ourselves, but to the greater community, either Silliman or the Philippines itself. So, yeah, this participation in these types of activity is actually beneficial, not only for us, but for everyone else around us.
Right. How about you, Camille?
I think that this election season would not only help the students to learn, but also to practice their civic duties. And I think that through this election, they would, we actually want to achieve, we want to have a just, clean, and fair election, but we also want to advocate because we are a democratic country, and when we are in a democratic country, voting for people to be in position is very critical. So this election that we're going to have in this university is also a practice to for other students that are going to vote someday.
Okay. So, essentially, this is a training for our students as they engage later on and fulfill their civic and, let's say, societal responsibilities later on. But as the COMELEC, you also get to mediate when problems do arise, no?
Yeah.
And especially that I can remember during the face-to-face run, the blue and the greens are really having this heated, let's say, competition, I should say, no, in winning the hearts, or winning the votes of the student body. So far, meron ba tayong mga problema ngayon? So hold to your answers. We're going to pause for a short break. Welcome back. You're still watching #Silliman. So before we pause for a short break, we actually asked our guests about is there any case at all in this particular elections that you're able to mediate and try to troubleshoot among yourselves?
So far, as the election started last month, so far so good. There has been no case between the two parties, the shore and the cause.
Wow.
Yes, that's
They're
why we're very happy and we're very peaceful. Our life is peaceful recently. Especially
I love to know that, no, because you know it could be very easy, given the access, given the virtual space, everyone can just post anything. So that's a good news.
When we talk about politics, it's also important for us to remember Silliman education. What do you think is the influence of the education that you get here in Silliman, in the way you view politics?
Should I go first? Yeah, so I've only been in Silliman for 4 years. I've been here since first year college, and then the 5 C's really struck a blow into me. Like, to practice excellence above all else and to have Jesus Christ as the via veritas vita towards whatever it is that I'm trying to face. So politics, for me, is actually a practice in excellence because of Silliman. So Silliman has nurtured me into be a responsible person and to be a responsible citizen for the Philippines.
How about Hannah?
Honestly, I'm a political science student, and my teachers taught me that there was this one class that we have that we need to be able to become a fully engaged and political science student. We need to speak up, especially to our rights when our rights are deprived on us, and especially to the wrong things that is happening in addressing and pressing social issues. And that's it. Our teachers, on the other hand, are very active, especially in voicing out the irregularities. And I think that the school, that my teachers, my mentors have really gave me another, because I'm a very shy person. But then again, they molded me to become this, voice out your opinion, like that.
And look at you now, you are chairing the COMELEC, at the SUSG. So that must be a very big impact on you.
Somehow,
Yeah.
yes.
How about you, Camille?
Well, this whole person education or the holistic approach of Silliman actually taught me, or actually it is something that I base my values, my morals whenever it comes to choosing people in election, or even in the things that I do in my regular life. And also, I am a political science student. Our teachers, our mentors have effectively instilled in us the lessons that we can apply in every day, especially when we talk about politics and government.
Right. So at the end of the day, Ron, this is not far from the reality. In fact, this is bringing them closer to when they exit the portals of Silliman. So citing all of this, with bringing your experiences and sharing it to our viewers, I'd like to go now to the differences that you can share to us with respect to the kind of elections that we have pre-pandemic times and now. Do you think for the forthcoming, elections in the forthcoming school years, we will go for a digital election? Do you think it is much more efficient?
Okay, so I'll go first. Okay, so back in 2018, 2019, there will always be a manual voting, right?
Yeah.
And it was then in the previous year, last year, and this year that we have transitioned to the online. I think that one major setback that we have really encountered is having to adjust in the online, especially incorporating with the SOL system, because it was that easy. But when you're saying you have manual voting, you will have to face people.
Yeah.
Tapos you have to engage to them, especially with the BEIs. You have to manually count the votes, and also you have to engage people. You have to friendships, reconnected in that phase. But now it's hard because everything is online. But our resolution to this is that we always have time to at least meet once a week. That's it. That no matter how the major setback of this is having online, but still we try to see this in the brighter side.
Okay. So far, I'm not sure if you can still recall, but how was there a good percentage in terms of voters' participation last school year? Can you still record the figures?
I think that comparing last year to the elections in 2020, I think the 2021 elections had a larger voter turnout percentage compared to manual voting. So I guess that could be a plus when we have online voting through Sol. But other than that, we can have other activities like the election forum and the, shall we say, the meeting de avance face-to-face, since most of that will be based on the engagement of the representatives and standard bearers with the audience.
Shaun mentioned a while ago that the meeting de avance will happen actually today. Now, what are the other activities that we can look forward to in the upcoming days when it comes to your organization, the COMELEC? What did you prepare for our students?
There's not much. First, it would be the meeting de avance, right?
Yeah, meeting the advance is today.
And then the next would be the election day.
So how are the candidates doing their campaigns right now? Can you also share to us? Do they have to seek clearance from the committee?
Yes,
Clearance from the teachers? Talk about it.
Yes, last week we really emphasized that they have to first seek clearances to their deans and then particularly to the class, that to the teachers, because I think that we need to limit, especially the COMELEC. It's our role and responsibility to see that they will not exceed to at least 15 minutes and they will not disturb the classes. Okay, especially, first and foremost, politics is there, but then we need to secure first the education of the students. That's it.
So for my part, what the parties did with the School of Public Affairs and Governance is that Ambassador Corsino actually hosted a class for us for like the entire department on Wednesday, last Wednesday, May 11, I think, May 11, 10 to 11. So both parties had at least 30 to 45 minutes each to present their cases. And it was actually pretty convenient for us since the entire department was there, classes wouldn't be disrupted, and it was a Wednesday. So no one had any classes except for those special classes that we have for the department. So I would say that every other department should have this type of arrangement since it saves time and it's actually pretty more convenient, actually. So, yeah.
So do you have any idea how did the candidates did their campaign?
Actually,
Because last time, I can remember there are jingles.
Yeah.
I'd like to sing the jingle, but for the spirit of fairness, I wouldn't. And I can also still recall the chants, and the ballers, and some even go to the extent of having T-shirts. So, what do you think are the gimmicks and paandars right now for our candidates?
the COMELEC is very communicative, especially to the both parties. We allowed so much. We're very lenient, especially in our implementing rules and regulations. We asked them that they could submit just any time, because in the previous elections, the IERR states that both parties should just submit scheduled campaigns on a specific date. But this year, we opened it that you can submit it any time of the day as long as we have at least 1 day to review it, because so that you can easily connect to teachers who are not really that fond of being online, and also connect as much as students. So just one phase, and then the other is like we allow many things like videos online, and then also a changing of their profile pictures and everything, and the posting. So as long as it does not harm anybody, we're open to that. We're amenable to any suggestions that they have.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
So basically, they maximize the virtual space,
Yes.
especially the social media. No?
Yes.
So yeah, Camille, can you please invite our students for the upcoming SUSG elections?
We invite everybody to exercise their right to suffrage. From senior high school to college to law school,
Junior high school. Junior high school.
junior high school also. Even those who are in College of Medicine, please vote wisely because these people that you are going to vote are necessary in the policy making for the next school year, and this is going to affect you directly or indirectly.
Alright. Shaun, in case I am a student that I basically don't know who are running right now because I'm very focused on my study, what is the site to go to? Is there a Facebook page that our voters can check?
I think memorandum-wise or dates, the COMELEC Facebook page has updates that we post from time to time regarding decisions and resolutions, right? But when it comes to the individual parties' contributions, like videos, campaign materials, they have their own separate web page, Facebook pages that that voters can visit. Even Instagram pages they have, so their media range is quite wide, but they're limited from Twitter simply because it could have a lot of issues and it could reach, really mga taga
Mga trash talks. Yeah, I see. So, in closing, maybe the chairperson could also acknowledge the importance of the support of our faculty members and administration in this incoming elections. And would you like to acknowledge those who have been helpful in these preparations of yours?
Thank you. First and foremost, I would like to thank the previous COMELEC, especially Commissioner Mary T. Louise Ramirez. She has always been helpful and very assistive to us. And next would be the Office of the Student Affairs, the Student Services under Dr. Shaun, and the Office of the Registrar, and also the Vice President of Academic Affairs, Sir Cleope, and the rest of the sole administrators, especially Dr. Makahig and
Dr. Dave Marshall?
And also Marshall, because they have been supportive, especially to us. And especially that the COMELEC is like changing every year, and appointed individuals like us are very, we are not really that oriented, especially at this previous times, previous months. But then we have able to adjust because of them, their help and their comfort.
Thank you very much, Hannah, Camille, and Shaun. So much about politics, elections. Let's break the ice and have fun. Let's have fast talk. You don't have to think about it. The first word that comes into your mind, you can choose it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Would like to start?
Are you sure? Of the cost? Okay. Let's start with Camille. Camille, honors day or graduation?
Graduation.
Graduation.
Of course. That's not a choice.
Okay. Hannah, summer or rainy days?
Rainy days.
Rainy day.
Shaun, day or night?
Day.
Camille, night owl or early bird?
Early bird.
Chairperson, night owl. I think this is done. Academics or extracurricular activities?
Extracurricular. The BS mo tayo.
How about you?
Extracurricular.
How about you, Shaun? ACADS or extracurricular activities?
I've been more of a ACADS guy since first year naman po, so ACADS.
Okay.
Camille, beach or the mountains?
Beach.
Hannah, Palawan or Dumaguete?
Dumaguete. It's home.
Shaun, love life or academics?
Academics,
Love life.
since my girlfriend's really smart, so it's a mix of both.
Okay, Camille. Okay, this is quite showbiz or controversial because, Joshua actually mentioned a while ago, love life or academics?
Academics.
Hala.
Academics first, later ng love life.
Okay.
I think
don't
Hannah
believe
also
you
deserves to
guys.
answer the
Yeah.
question. Hannah, love life or academics?
Akad life.
Academic
love
life.
Akad love life.
Okay, how about your favorite mentor?
Ambassador Corsino.
Camille, favorite subject in school?
In college or
in college?
geopolitics?
Okay, Hannah, 3 reasons why students should study in Silliman.
Students should study in Silliman because first, I love the library. Library is very big. And then second is it's open. You don't have uniforms. And we don't have classes on Monday.
Nice.
Okay.
Sean, what are the 3 best places or best spots in the university?
Inside the university,
Depends on you.
if you want to sleep or like read, the library can be a good place
Okay,
for
that's
both.
1.
Okay.
And
2.
then, if you want to like hang around with friends, play around in the afternoon, the Ravello field is a
3.
good place. And third would be KH because it's home to the School of Public Affairs and Governance.
Camille, are you a graduating student?
Yes.
Okay, this one is for you. 3 things you'll miss when you leave the halls of Silliman.
Of course, my mentors, I owe so much to them. Second, of course, the library. I've always been sleeping here. And the Ausejo Hall, it has always been my home. It is where we have classes always.
Cheese
Okay,
bread.
so I want you to answer this last item. Silliman University is?
Brilliant.
Silliman University is?
Home.
Silliman
She
is?
took my answer, but yes, home.
I like it. Silliman is also home.
Yes.
Especially for
because
moms.
it's conducive for sleeping and learning.
Thank you very much, Shaun, Hannah, and Camille for joining our episode tonight. And we have now come to the last segment of the show. It's called #WTP or Word to Ponder. So Ron, what's the word to ponder for this episode?
That's a difficult question, Josh. No? I'd like to ponder on the Via Veritas Vita because the way, the truth, and the life. Elections are our way of connecting to the government. As what Canturias said,
Ay, pang Miss Universe.
of course, yeah, it's not verbatim, but as much as I can remember, she told the public that the government has the power to change our lives, but the people has the power to change the government. So that is our way. And our truth, for us to be wise or informed voters, we need to always search for the truth. And we can only get that from credible information. We are battling with the rampant misinformation and disinformation on and offline. So it is our responsibility to look for the truth. And if we want to improve our lives, do those things. Participate in civic activities, in political activities, and always search for the truth. So Via Veritas Vita, it's our choice. And we can enjoy or suffer from the consequences of our choices. How about you, Josh?
Ronelyn has said everything. But yeah, reflecting about leadership, I think I was able to come across with foresight in leadership. I mean, not only on the leader, but even on the individual leadership, the life that we live by and on. Foresight is very important. Yeah. That you don't wait for problems to become emergency. You don't wait for the challenges to become a disaster. So if you have that foresight as a leader, and even the leader of your life, you'll be able to hear the words that have not been heard of. You'll be able to say the words that have not been spoken, and you'll be able to do what have not been done. And I think that's the importance of foresight.
Right.
Thank you very much for joining our episode tonight, and to God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians! Daghang salamat for joining our episode tonight. Don't forget to follow our social media accounts on Facebook. It's called #Silliman, and we also have a YouTube channel. It's still called #Silliman. Don't forget to click the notification bell to get updated with our new posts.
And of course, catch us at Phil Products every Monday at 8 p.m. and replays will be shown every Tuesday before the noontime news and every Saturday after the noontime news. This has been Ronelyn Vailoces
And Joshua Soldivillo. Kita-kits next week on here on
#Silliman!